The treaty hall on Zartheon Prime smelled of ozone and bitter alien incense. Adam stood at attention, his military dress uniform crisp despite the 3-year campaign that had aged him beyond his 28 years. The Zartheon Emperor, his crystalline carapace dimmed with illness, gestured weakly from his floating throne. The human, Adam Chen, the Emperor's translator device crackled. You saved my life during the void breach. I have. One final gift. Adam's jaw tightened. He didn't want gifts. He wanted to go home to Earth, to forget the screams of dying soldiers, both human and alien. But protocol demanded he accept. The chamber doors hissed open. A creature padded through, massive, with midnight black fur that seemed to absorb light itself. Its eyes glowed amber, intelligent and ancient. The wolf was easily the size of a small horse, its presence filling the room with predatory grace. The Emperor's court recoiled. Several Zartheon nobles made their species equivalent of a disgusted hiss. Fenris, the Emperor whispered, his voice heavy with something Adam couldn't quite identify. Regret, fear? My companion of 40 cycles. He is difficult, dangerous, but he deserves better than execution when I pass. Adam stared at the wolf. Fenris stared back, unblinking. Your Majesty, I don't... You will understand in time, human. Fenris chose to come with you. That is unprecedented. The Emperor's form flickered, his life support failing. Go, before my council objects. The transport back to Earth was awkward. Fenris lay in the cargo bay, refusing food, refusing water. Other soldiers gave the wolf a wide berth, whispering about the Emperor's curse and the beast that killed 3 royal guards. Adam sat beside the creature on the 3rd night of their journey, exhausted from nightmares. The ship's lights were dimmed for sleep cycle. I don't know what he saw in me, Adam muttered to the darkness. I'm just a grunt who got lucky. Pushed him out of the way when that void creature attacked. Anyone would have done it. No, a voice said, deep and resonant. They wouldn't have. Adam scrambled backward, his hand instinctively reaching for a sidearm that wasn't there. Fenris hadn't moved, but his amber eyes fixed on Adam with unsettling intelligence. You can talk. I can do many things your kind considers impossible. Fenris rose to his feet, towering over Adam even in the cramped cargo bay. The Emperor saved me from extinction. I was the last of my kind. The Lupari, genetically engineered guardians created by a civilization long dead. I served him faithfully. I also reminded him daily of his greatest sin. Adam's heart hammered. What sin? He ordered the genocide of the Lupari homeworld when we refused to be his weapons. I was spared, as a pet, a living reminder of his guilt. Fenris's lips curled back from teeth that could crush steel. I hated him, but I understood him. Duty. Honor. The weight of impossible choices. The wolf sat, his massive form somehow less threatening. You carry the same weight, Adam Chen. I smell it on you. The survivor's burden. Adam's throat tightened. Images flashed through his mind. Elena Rodriguez, his squad medic, bleeding out in his arms on Kepler 442b. Her last words, don't let them forget us. My unit, we lost 37 people in the void breach. I got medals. They got caskets. Yet you still threw yourself in front of an alien emperor, knowing you might die. Fenris tilted his head. Why? Because it was right. Because someone had to. That, Fenris said quietly, is why I chose you. Earth's gravity felt heavy after months in space. Adam's apartment in New Seattle was exactly as he'd left it, empty, sterile, lonely. Fenris explored the space with curiosity, his claws clicking on synthetic hardwood. It's not much, Adam said, unpacking his duffel. It's honest, Fenris replied, settling near the window overlooking the city's vertical forests. No pretense. No golden cages. The first few weeks were strange. Fenris rarely spoke in public, playing the role of an exotic pet. But in private, he and Adam talked for hours. The wolf possessed centuries of knowledge, history, philosophy, warfare tactics. He had been engineered as the perfect guardian, after all. But it was the quiet moments Adam treasured most. When the nightmares came, Fenris would rest his massive head on Adam's chest, his presence grounding him in reality. You honor them by living, Fenris said one night after a particularly bad episode. Elena, your squad, they're not gone as long as you remember them, as long as you keep being the man they believed in. Adam buried his fingers in Fenris's fur. The Emperor knew, didn't he? That you'd help me. Perhaps. Or perhaps he simply wanted me to find what he couldn't. Redemption through genuine connection. Fenris's eyes glowed softly in the darkness. Humans are strange creatures. You break yourselves saving others. You carry guilt like armor, but you also endure. You heal. You find hope in ashes. Is that why your creators feared you? Because you understood them too well? Fenris was quiet for a long moment. They feared us because we reflected their worst qualities back at them. Their violence. Their cruelty. They created us as weapons and were horrified when we developed souls. He lifted his head, meeting Adam's gaze. But you humans, you create weapons and then teach them to become something better. You give broken things like me, like yourself, a chance to be whole again. Adam smiled despite the tears on his face. You're not a weapon, Fenris. You're a friend. The wolf's tail moved in a slow, deliberate wag, the first time Adam had seen such a gesture. And you, Adam Chen, are proof that humanity's greatest strength isn't your weapons or technology. It's your stubborn refusal to let anyone face darkness alone. Outside, New Seattle's lights glittered like stars. Inside, a broken soldier and the last of an extinct species found what neither thought possible. A reason to believe tomorrow might be better than yesterday. And in the space between them, Elena's memory lived on. Honored not through grief, but through the simple act of two survivors choosing to keep going. Together. And